Hey guys, welcome back to Bricks and Chill. Will you join me here today for this Lamborghini build? Now, although this is one of the smaller builds compared to some of the other bigger sets, it's still a really fun build. And let me tell you, at this point of the video, right at the beginning, I could not wait to get stuck in. So without further ado, let's get going and let's get this Lamborghini built. So guys, before I actually start the build, I just want to have a little look at the box here with you. Just looking at the back here to begin with. You can see the details in the model. There's the exhausts and all the different features. Look at the wheels and all the different lines. It really is a remarkable model. And of course there you've got a little image of the engine. I'm sorry about the light that's sort of... Guys, I just have to stop the video here for a second because it was at this very moment that I realized I've kind of messed up here. I actually thought that this was a model of a Lamborghini Murcielago, when in actual fact, it's the Lamborghini Huracán. And it was only when I flipped over the box and I looked at this image here that I realized that I had actually made a mistake. And I'm going to be honest here, I'm a big follower of another YouTuber called Matt Armstrong who rebuilds crashed and damaged cars. And when I saw the front of the box, I noticed that the green Lamborghini Murcielago that he's building was almost identical to the one on the front of the box. So I had it in my head that I was going to make a bit of a tribute model to the car that he is rebuilding. But it was only at this very moment that I realized, well, that wasn't going to work. Because if he's rebuilding a Lamborghini Murcielago and I'm making a model of a Lamborghini Huracán, well, that doesn't really make sense. So that was a bit annoying at the time when I realized, but you know what? This was a super fun build and I really hope you enjoyed the video. So that's enough from me for the moment. Let's get going. So continuing on with our little walk around the box here, or a little look through, should I say. Here we've got the features of the actual car itself, and it gives us some of the specs of the actual vehicle in real life. And let me tell you, this Lamborghini Huracán is an absolute monster. Of course, there we've got some more images, and again, I do have to apologize about the light. Just flipping it back over here to the front, look at the lines of the vehicle itself. What an absolutely exceptional tribute to the Lamborghini Huracán this is. I have to say, there's a bit of weight to this box. Although it's a small model, it's quite a heavy box. So I'm really excited to get stuck in here and get torn into the box itself. So just flicking open the little tabs here, we'll do a little unboxing for you now, and you'll get to see what actually comes inside the box itself. So just starting to take out some of the packets now, several of the packages, and I like to keep things organized. You'll notice that as the video goes on. So there's bag one, should I say, and some of the other bags coming out now. Of course, we've got the instructions in there and another bag tucked in behind. Just checking there to see if there's anything else in the box. We've got a few little loose pieces that didn't come in the bags. A little bit surprised about that. And just getting rid of the box there now for a second or two while we look through some of the things that actually came inside the box. There's our sticker set, which will be really important to us later on. We'll just set that aside because we don't need it at the minute. And that is the instructions booklet. Now, for such a small model, I was quite surprised at how many pages there actually were in the instructions booklet itself. You know, it's quite a chunky booklet, and it made me a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I was very excited to get stuck in and get going with this model. Of course, there's our parts list at the back. Should we be missing any parts? Hopefully not. Hopefully I won't have to go online and, order any parts. But I'm just having a little look through here and I'm looking at some of the images of the finished model and of course the actual Lamborghini Huracán itself. What a stunning vehicle it really is. And I cannot explain to you how much I'm looking forward to getting this finished. So, we've got 3 bags here. Bags 1, bags 2, and bag 3. There's quite a few parts here that we need to get stuck into, get organized, and get going with. So, you know what? I think you've heard quite enough from me. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this video and I'm going to roll the time lapse right now. Let's go. And there we have it, guys. That's the first bag completely organized. That's each of the parts all set out ready for us to use and build and access really easily, which I think is key. And here's our instructions booklet. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get stuck into this. Part 1 of our build is complete. And as you can see already, the model is really starting to come together, even though it's only really the first half or even the first third, if you want to look at it that way. We've got our steering all set up. You can see the engine there. And look at that back end. You can see the exhaust. The rear end's really starting to come together. It's a really, really exciting stage of the build to be at here. You can see where the wheels at the back will attach and some of the other features of the model from a range of different angles. And of course, when the model's complete, you don't get to see these things because they're covered. And there's a view of the undercarriage, and you can see how the steering mechanism is put together there. A lot of detail for such a small model. So now let's get stuck in with organizing the second set of bags. And so guys, there you have it. That is our model complete. Here's a little look at how everything's looking now that everything's completely assembled. There's the undercarriage. Doesn't it look incredibly detailed for such a small model where, it doesn't have as many pieces as some of the bigger models in the LEGO Technic arrangement, but still incredibly impressive nevertheless. Now here's me playing around with the steering just to show you how that's coming or how it came together and how it's working. I was slightly disappointed with the steering. It wasn't quite as responsive as I had have hoped. And in comparison to other models, such as the McLaren Senna, which is of a similar size to this model itself, the steering, it just wasn't as responsive. And I think that's to do with how it was actually set up. Guys, I have absolutely loved making this model. It is such a fantastic LEGO Technic kit, and I would recommend it to anyone if you haven't already made it. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing because that'll help me to make more models going forward. If you could also leave a comment and like this video too and share it with your friends, that would be super helpful. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope to see you back at Bricks and Chill again soon. Until the next one, cheerio. What?